we start with another blow to progressive politics in schools and in one of the nation's most liberal cities. That is the pulse of America. There's been a groundswell in San Francisco over this for some time now, and late last night, this vote came down, and it was a landslide. More than 70% choosing to recall 3 members of the city's school board. Even the Democratic mayor of San Francisco supported the recall, saying the 3 board members pushed progressive policies instead of acting in the best interest of the students during the pandemic.
The uncertainty, the inconsistent information, the lack of clarity, the bickering, the politics, and who suffered the most? Our children.
San Francisco residents launched the recall more than a year ago after the board voted to rename 44 schools that honored everyone from Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, even Senator Dianne Feinstein, who was once the city's mayor. Now, this is a grassroots push from moderate voters who'd had enough, not necessarily the education debate we've seen before. Joining us now to talk more about this, State Senator who represents San Francisco, Scott Weiner, and a PTA parent, Ann Hsu. Great to have you both. Ann, let's start with you. You were late to this recall. You just joined in December, as I understand it. What happened for you to say, I'm going to get involved in this?
Actually, before December, I got involved on the school district level through the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, and then on the school site level through the PTSA of my children's high school. So I had been watching the school district for many months before I jumped into the recall effort.
Right, but there was something going on that prompted you to jump in?
Yes, because my twin boys were suffering a lot during the pandemic. They were completely unengaged in school. They wasted their time playing video games for 16 hours a day for over a year. Just disastrous.
Senator, let's bring you in. I saw on your Twitter feed where you said you were the first elected official to endorse the recall of all 3 of these school board members. Why did you do that?
Yeah, and I will say it was a big psychological step for me. I've never supported a recall before. I generally really don't like recalls, but here this was an exceptional situation. I think a lot of us were really horrified through the heart of the pandemic when San Francisco Unified was not making the moves that it needed to make to get the schools open. And our kids were being damaged, and it was our lowest income kids that were being harmed the most, the people who don't have access to good broadband, who are maybe living in crowded housing. And when the school board refused to allow the superintendent to hire a consultant to help with the reopening, it was horrifying. And we saw distractions with the renamings, which there are schools that absolutely need to be renamed. But to do that while the schools were closed, it just made no sense to me. And we also saw these particular school board members who were recalled. They were gaslighting parents throughout the pandemic. When parents would come forward and say, we want the schools open, our kids are suffering, they would tell the parents, just horrible things and dismiss them and demean them. So we have an emergency at our school district, and we need new leadership now.
Yeah, I was surprised at all that was going on out there as I started to research this story. You guys have been living it for quite a while, but there are delays in policies. There are lawsuits over policies, this whole thing with the school renaming deal. And one of the things that stood out to me, though, was that this wasn't some like a fringe issue that people were upset about. These were moderates overwhelmingly saying, look, we're in the middle of a pandemic here, and you're talking about renaming schools instead of reopening them. There seemed to be this sort of grassroots effort to say, what are we doing?
Yeah, not just moderates, progressives. This was a very diverse coalition. And when there was an effort by the opposition to the recall to say this is some sort of right-wing Republican thing, no. This was a grassroots, parent-driven effort. I was happy to support it, but it was the parents at the grassroots level that got disqualified for the ballot. And these are a lot of overwhelmingly Democrats, some very lefty progressive people. And when you look at some of the endorsements of the recall, some of the most hardcore left-wing progressive leaders in San Francisco supported this recall. And so it was a very diverse coalition, and it was really, it was very heartening to see this level of grassroots activism.
And I know you were part of that as well, because you sort of undertook this process of registering voters. What did these parents tell you about why they wanted to sign on to this?
So I worked with a group of volunteers, and we focused on the Asian American, especially the Chinese American voters, citizens who many have never voted before, because traditionally the Asian culture, Chinese culture, does not encourage civic engagement or political engagement. So many first and second generation people, like myself, for instance, never got involved in politics. But education is such of paramount importance to our community that parents like me, non-parents, grandparents, education is just very important to us. And having been, we feel actually quite discriminated against and disrespected. As Scott mentioned earlier, all parents were being gaslighted by these commissioners, especially the Asian American parents. We feel very much disrespected and being called names, racist names, that did not feel good.
Right.
So,
as I said, there is a lot going on. Senator, let me get you on this thing you mentioned about the folks who came out in favor of this recall, even lefties, as you said it, lefty people. Are the political winds changing there? I mean, I'm sure San Francisco will always be liberal, but this seems like a move to the middle.
No, San Francisco is as progressive as it's ever been. And this was a very unique situation. This was about I think there's a lot of efforts or a narrative connecting this to some of the fights happening in other parts of the country around masking and vaccines and the made up controversy around critical race theory. No, this was an extremely local situation where San Francisco parents and allies like myself were just very, very disheartened and about what was happening at our school district. This school district is at the heart of our city. It's educating our children. We all support it. We want it to succeed. And I think we needed a course correction, and we've done that.
Well, I'll tell you, if a vote is a chance to get a temperature of the people, they certainly sent a message loud and clear, as we said, with this landslide. It'll be interesting to see what happens next, because we know your DA there, who's also progressive, is the focus of a recall, I believe, in June. So we'll see what happens there. But certainly interesting to see and hear about all that's happening with education in San Francisco. We appreciate State Senator Scott Weiner and also parent Ann Hsu for joining us to explain it. Thanks for the time, both.
Thank you so much.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.